Peace, wholeness, love, and light. I am Nudiamonds here with a winter solstice Capricorn energy reading. I hope everyone out there is doing well. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Shout out to those members. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification so you know when I go live and I make posts. Okay. We're about to deep dive into this beautiful, just transformative energy with this winter solstice Capricorn energy. Now, we all know that winter solstice is all about the death, the rebirth, the transformation. This is where the sun dips into the southern hemisphere from our perspective here on Earth. Okay, so Earth is tilting at this axis to where it's shorter days, longer nights. This is darkness. This is the underworld. This is spiritual realm in its finest essence as you deep dive within yourself. This is a deep dive into yourself by you showing this sense of hibernation, this sense of going within, this sense of just really reflecting on yourself and deep diving into that subconscious mind as well. These are all things that are attributed to that winter energy, that winter solstice. As I like to think of the solstice is the sun, right? The sun, your soul, your heart. So this is a different aspect and a different point of view when it comes to how you view yourself, and a new transformation to elevate your soul. Okay. So let's deep dive into the notes. And this is happening on the 20th of December on the Gregorian calendar. And this is just, a huge transformation that a lot of us have been going through. A lot of us are already feeling this huge transformation. So it's just about embracing that and surrendering to that at this time, as that Capricorn energy. I won't say Cancer energy because it's water, right? Cancer is the opposite of this Capricorn energy. And it's just about deep diving into that winter, right? The coldest winter ever. A lot of storms, a lot of, the crops are died and dead and done, and leaves have gone away, blown away. This is that deep diving within to tap into this transformation that a lot of us are going through. And not just us, it's the earth. As we are in a different space and time in the atmosphere, in the solar system, in the cosmos. So this is where we really get in tune with this new energy, this death energy, this rebirth energy that a lot of us are feeling. Okay. As that Capricorn energy is attributed to that cardinal earth, right? And cardinal is the start, cardinal is the beginning, cardinal is the initiation. And that earth is all about being grounded, being rooted, values, money, possessions, love, right? So really being initiated into your true values. And when it comes to discipline, as that Capricorn energy, that winter energy is also attributed to Saturn. And Saturn is all about discipline, all about karma, all about retribution, all about how you view yourself, that career. That Capricorn is that goat, that big boss energy, right? And we are the goats. We are those rams. We are not the sheep. Okay, we are not asleep. So we tapping into this higher sense of greatness, this elevation that starts and comes from within ourselves. And how do we do that? It's from this great reflection. It's from this great deep dive. It's from this great accountability, having discipline and sacrificing things to get to where we're at now. Okay, so this is where we deep dive into the underworld so we can rise, right? The rise, because when the sun is in this winter energy, it deep dives into the southern hemisphere. And from our perspective on earth, right? The sun is doing its own thing, but from our perspective on earth, it looks like it's going down south, right? And it's really due to the earth tilting on its axis. And it's this death of the sun, right? As it stays in this southern hemisphere, stays in this underworld, right? Reason why it's going down south is to have this rebirth, this initiation, this transformation to rise again, right? So I always like to attribute this to that Anubis energy, that underworld, that serious energy, as this is that portal being open, that winter portal that is opening up from within us as we deep dive within ourselves at this time. Okay. And I said, this is where the underdogs rise from the underworld. All right. So if you've been putting in a lot of work, not really worrying about what things look like, really worrying about the intent, really worrying about the whole energy of it all, the whole frequency of it all, the whole essence of it all, this is where you will start to rise, right? Us doing that shadow work, it ain't nothing to us because we deep dive, right? For us to be those light workers, we are also shadow workers. So we deep dive within these realms without a problem, right? But this is also a time where there's a lot of tests that come up, a lot of trials, a lot of triumph, a lot of obstacles for us to overcome. And if you've been paying attention to the cycles, paying attention to the system and the patterns, then you're able to overcome these things with ease and grace. It ain't really nothing to a boss, right? It pays the cost to be the boss, and we done put in a lot of work to be here. Okay. So yes, I said this is all about discipline, sacrifice to get the reward of self mastery. Okay. And that all goes back into karma because karma is attributed to action. So whatever actions you have been putting into something is what you're going to get out. This is that karmic retribution, right? Some people like to say, oh, karma's a bitch. Well, it depends on what you've been doing to that karma. It depends on how you've been pouring into yourself, things that you've been investing in. And whatever you've been investing in yourself is kind of like that is going to be showing itself, presenting itself to you, to others at this time. Okay. Also this Capricorn energy, I like to think of the caps, right? The kneecap, right? Also no cap, right? So we ain't capping on nothing. We are about this life, right? We don't just talk it, we walk it. We walk it like we talk it. We about what we say. We about that action. Word is bond. We out here getting things done. And that's how you become a boss. That's how you become an entrepreneur. That's how you become that GOAT, right? You're not just saying things because it look good. We're not just doing things for anything. We're not doing anything for clout, right? We're not clickbaiting nobody. We're not baiting and switching, right? No, we're standing on our word and we're operating from integrity to climb this mountaintop that we are. It's all a part of our mission. This is a part of the goal. This is a part of the journey. And it's not a rush to get to the top of the mountain. We are enjoying the journey as we go along each step because we don't want to miss any steps because we might have to go back. Right. And if we go back, we don't know how to do it again. Right. So we're paying attention to everything and enjoying the journey, enjoying the process as we go up in these different levels at this time. OK, so it's a beautiful, beautiful time to be alive, as this winter season will be like no other. We are already seeing a lot of records being broken within weather, record being broken within the earth. So many things going on, weather anomalies, things within us. We are changing, we are elevating. So this is just a time to really observe, sit back, and embrace the changes that we are enduring at this time. Okay. So yes, I said the knees, right? The knees are what keeps us sturdy. The knees are what are able to make us flexible, make us bend. But we also have to have those strong knees, right? That bone, that density, that marrow, that blood, that foundation, that calcium is what makes you strong, right? Making sure things aren't calcified, that pineal isn't calcified, really working on detoxing, purging, so you don't have this accumulation of mucus, aka why it's flu season and people getting sick. That's really a way of the body purging and releasing and detoxing and cleansing itself to rid itself of excess mucus, excess things at this time, to be aligned with this new vibration that we're getting accustomed to, this new vibration that we're getting in tune with at this time. And it starts from within, right? That love, that mastery starts from knowing thyself. It starts from pouring into thyself. And that's what we're doing at this time, getting down to the root, right? Getting down to the bone, bad to the bone, right? Also, that bone chilling coldness, right? As some things, we will see terraform, right? It's going to be one of the coldest winter ever. I made that prediction in my 6 months predictions video, and we are already seeing record breaking everything. So this is where you just get in tune with yourself and watch as certain new things arise, okay, within you and outside of you at this time. All right. There's also a time of being still with that frozen energy, right? That chill, that bone chilling energy. It causes people to shake, right? Things got to shake up, get moving, right? But also, this is a time to be still, going within, right? This is why the animals, they go into that hibernation because it's so cold, right? This is where you cuddle up. This is where a lot of, we get a lot of babies being born from this time because it's so cold, and people are just trying to stay warm. So be mindful of people that's trying to just use you, right, for the winter cold, use you for certain things at this time. You really want to pay attention and keep your eyes open and use that discernment, as there are going to be a lot of things that are arising at this time, okay? But being still and being at peace with yourself, as this is one of the darkest time, that black, right? Midnight black, right? So really getting in tune with this darkness, getting in tune with this underworld, getting in tune with that subconscious mind, your shadow self, your spiritual self, and just sitting still, right? So this could be a good time for meditation, good time for breath work, good time for, just really doing things to cultivate your peace and cultivate your energy at this time, okay? Also, this is a time of, when you get in tune with those metaphysical things, get in tune with your crystals, getting in tune with sound healing things, getting in tune with art, with creativity, ways to express yourself, and stay busy, right? Because being still doesn't always look like meditation. Being still could be a sense of just cultivating your peace, cultivating your energy, painting, writing, drawing, getting really creative, knitting, right? Making blankets, making sweaters, making scarves, right? To keep yourself warm during these times. Okay. I also said turquoise was a big thing, due to that getting in tune with this native energy, as the earth is going through its cycles. This is that fourth quarter, right? This is that where we get into that last leg of the race, the last leg of the marathon, as this quarter on its Gregorian calendar is starting, but this is the start of the ending, right? So just enjoying that and embracing that and doing what feels best to you, your soul, your spirit, your mind, your body at this time. Also, herbs are a big thing. Shout out to the Soul Tribe, okay? We on day 20 of our detox, and herbs been saving your girl, right? So getting in tune with herbs, getting in tune with plants, getting in tune with things that, really keep you grounded and keep you centered at this time. That way you aren't losing your mind, right? So, because as we get into this winter energy, some people get seasonal depression, and it's due to lack of that vitamin D from the sun, lack of the sun. So you really want to do things to help stimulate your mind, stimulate your body in positive ways, whether that's, having a cup of tea that's going to warm you up, getting those minerals and those vitamins. I almost said minerals. Getting those minerals and those vitamins in, that way you aren't malnutrition or malnourished, and you're really embracing this seasonal shift, this seasonal change, and getting in tune with yourself. This is all about you. This is all about yourself. Being a little selfish to elevate is nothing wrong with that at this time, okay? So yes, I said detoxing is a thing, cleansing is a thing. Plants that are used at this time, as this is a part of that I use, right? How are you using things to elevate your growth, using things to elevate yourself? And like I said, those plants are things that we can use to elevate ourselves during this time. Another seasonal plant is that ivy, right? So being mindful of certain poisons, toxins, that lower level, lower vibrational demonic energy, as that Capricorn energy is attributed to the devil card in tarot. So just being mindful of things that, like I said, try to use you, try to weigh you down, and breaking the chains off of certain things that try to hold you back, right? Whether that is things that try to control you, right, from the external world, or you releasing control of certain things, right? Really surrendering to this energy to go with the flow at this time, okay? Also, I said hemlock, like I said, these certain poisons. But it makes me think of certain things that people ingest to cleanse themselves, to purge themselves. I'm thinking of a duck flower, right? This is something that's not supposed to be ingested, but it purges the body, it rids the body, it cleanses the body, which is why I love to do my detox during this time. This is my fourth annual detox, and it's due to me wanting to get in tune with the ancestors, due to me wanting to get in tune with the seasons and the earth, and really how the ancestors did things, and getting in tune with nature, right? As it's a season for everything. And I want to be aligned with the universe. I want to go through nature's law and universal law, and earth's law at this time. And detoxing and purging is a big thing. Okay. So it's just, to cleanse and purge. And that's always a big thing when it comes to certain things that are being put in the air, being put in the food, being put in, for us to consume, right? Whether that's consumption with our eyes, what we're watching, consumption, what we're listening to, consumption, what we're eating, consumption, and what we're allowing in our space, the energy that we're receiving and the energy that we're giving off. You really want to be mindful of your intentions, being mindful of what energy you're absorbing and you're exuding at this time. Okay. So yeah, pines, right? Pine is also a big thing. We'll go to those pine trees, right? Christmas time. That Christos, that rise of that Kundalini energy. So really being mindful of the energy that you're receiving, giving, feeling at this time, as we will be hit with a higher vibrational frequency and energy this winter. This winter will be like no other. Nothing will be the same after this. Okay, you guys, we're gonna go through a beautiful upgrade this season. Okay. So yeah, just being open to it all, being open like the ocean, right? As that winter is attributed to that water, right? It's colder, and that ocean, it can go both ways, right? So the ocean is very deep, it gets very dark, right? You can drown, you can go in the deep depths. It's, certain pressures that can be felt when you go in certain depths of the ocean, and you want to adjust to that frequency, as sometimes it could be bone chilling, sometimes you can go into hypothermia, it's all of these different things. You never know what lurks in the depths of the ocean, right? So that's one aspect of the winter, right? This bone chilling, freezing, frozen into the unknown energy. But then it's also this beautiful polarity when it comes to this detoxing and this cleansing energy that winter gives us. And it's very healing. That water can be very healing. It can be very nurturing, as it makes me think of this portal, right? The womb, the yoni. It's just this beautiful birth that happens through that pain, through these portals and these depths of getting in tune with yourself, as you open up to the infinite, open up to this unknown, open up to these layers that reside within yourself, and not being afraid of those things, not being afraid of yourself, not being afraid to deep dive into these different aspects of yourself at this time. That's what this winter energy is all about. It's all about going into the depths, the deep depths of yourself, to unveil things that may need to be revealed, right? Recognize, reflecting, right? This is a time of year where a lot of people reflect on things, to open up to these new different perspectives of themselves. And also, like I said, as we go into that, that ocean energy. It makes me think of the fish. It makes me think of whales and that tail, the tail end of this Gregorian calendar year with that Capricorn energy. It has, the glyph of a Capricorn. It looks like the end of a horn, the end of a goat, right? As the goat, Capricorn is the sea goat as well, right? So I love that play on that aspect because, like I said, it's a cardinal earth sign, but we're in winter. So it is this play on earth and water. And you have to find that balance between the two because there is a huge transformation that we're all going through. And this is like that tail end of it as we start to transform and release certain old things that we've been holding on to throughout this year to just open up to this different aspect of things that we learned throughout the course of this year. Okay. So yeah, I love to think of just getting in tune with the mind. This is a time to get in tune with your mind. This is a time to align with their mind so you don't go into that mental psychosis. You don't go into that seasonal depressional energy. You will want to do things to elevate your mind, elevate your body. That way you get in tune with this alchemy that a lot of us have to do during these winter seasons. If it's cold, warming up and finding ways to warm up at this time. That way you don't get left out on the cold. Okay. So yes, this is a gateway of the gods, right? This is the gateway to this spring energy. This is that huge winter portal where we are in divine alignment with the Milky Way galaxy. We're in divine alignment with that Sagittarius energy, which is attributed to the center of the Milky Way galaxy. And all of this energy is pouring in from that energy. It's a lot of neutrinos. It's a lot of gamma ray frequencies. It's a lot of X-ray frequencies. It's a lot of cosmic rays, galactic rays. And all of this is amplifying the earth and amplifying our solar system, amplifying us, and we just have to embrace it, right? And also, like I said, as we go into this underworld energy, that's attributed to Sirius, and Sirius is on the opposite polarity, the opposite side of that Sagittarius. So you have that Sagittarius energy, which is attributed to that Capricorn and Sagittarius. That's where this gateway is at. Then we also have the summer solstice energy, which is polarity, which is Gemini and Cancer energy. So, and that is where that Sirius constellation is at, that Orion constellation is at, and that is where the soul gets ignited. And this Sagittarius center of the Milky Way galaxy is pouring in this energy to ignite the soul, right? Because it's kind of like that cosmic egg, that seed, right? The seed doesn't really spark life until its energy, until the sun, until the fire is ignited for that seed to germinate. So this is where we get that spark of life with this purge, with this death that we're all going through. And these transformations that we're going through, the transformation that the earth is going through at this time. Okay, this is how you become that goat. You got to be put through this pressure. You got to be put through this huge transformation to elevate and tap into how to grow, how to maneuver through darkness, how to maneuver through pain, how to maneuver through a loss, how to maneuver through these experiences, because those experiences are what got you here and will help you elevate during this time. Okay. So yes, like I said, this is what makes the bosses, right? And that's another thing I've been hearing. Boss said, right? I've been hearing that song all month. I've been hearing Green Light. Cause if you want to, you got the green light, and then Upgrade. Let me upgrade. So these three songs, I'm telling you, there's going to be a lot of abundance that pours in for a lot of people at this time who've been pouring into themselves, investing in themselves, investing in the community, loving on themselves, knowing their value, knowing their worth. There's going to be an upgrade with your business, an upgrade with your finances, an upgrade with partners, an upgrade with everything you've been pouring your energy into. You're going to start to receive that energy back. And if this message really resonates, you're already seeing things pour in for you. You're already seeing an abundance of orders, an abundance of opportunities, an abundance of people, an abundance of love, an abundance of money, abundance of everything, abundance of spiritual growth, abundance of ancestral energy, abundance of confirmation, right? It's all of these things that are coming in because you've already been making the sacrifices. You've been sacrificing yourself to grow, right? And that's one thing that spirit, the divine, our ancestors love when we sacrifice ourselves for growth, okay? And not being distracted by certain things. We got to stay focused and in divine alignment, what's in alignment for us, because what is destined cannot be destroyed. What is destined cannot be denied, no matter what is trying to get in that pathway of that destiny. Okay. So I shaded that, drop some gems in the chat. Okay. And, yeah, so this is where we break free from that lower nature. We break free from those things that try to bound us, those things that try to hold us, and we get in balance with ourselves. We love ourselves, right? And we go through that self change for growth at this time. Okay. And there's also going to be a test, right? There's going to be some type of test. There's going to be some type of trigger. There's going to be some type of warning before destruction. But like I said, if you've been paying attention to the patterns, paying attention to everything, those things will not steer you off course at this time. Okay. And just release, right? Because those tests are sent here to help you grow. Right. And the more we overcome, then we will prevail, and we will always get our victory in the end. Okay. So keep your head up. Don't let anything get you down, and continue to release things that no longer serve you at this time. Okay. All right. I said a lot of these things. Oh, also, yes, like I said, the Capricorn, right? That's also attributed to the goat, and goat have these horns, right? So getting in tune with the mind and letting go of certain things that been trying to confuse you. Like I said, letting go of those distractions, really staying focused. That way you can turn into this unicorn, right? The Capricorn goes from the goat to the unicorn, and that's from you being unique. That's from you getting in tune with your first eye. So there will be a lot of first eye activations, the veil being lifted, right? This is that time where the veil is lifted, right? So you really get in tune with this mystical, magical energy that derives from inside of you, right? Because you've gone through that transformation. As we enter in this fire horse year, there's going to be a lot of zebras, right? Because when I think of a horse, that's just one aspect of a horse. There's different types of horses, right? We have the brown, we have the white, we have the black, we have the pale, we got the red. We also have zebras. We also have unicorns. So there's these different aspects, and getting in tune with who you are and not dimming your light. That way you can really shine on top of this mountain. Okay. So I also said this time for mystical, magical things running free into the spiritual realm, because you are spiritually aspiration. You are a spiritual inspiration. You are spiritually motivated. No matter what physical things tend to go on around you, you don't let those things weigh you down. Okay. Also getting into that goat energy, right? From the goat energy to the ram energy, which is that Aries, because this is where we transfer into that goat energy to that ram energy, and we aren't sheep, right? So from the goat to the sheep to the sheep to the goat, we've awakened already. We have risen already, and we are getting ready to elevate and grow at this time. So that way we aren't scapegoats, right? We never want to run from anything. We have no fear, right? We face all of our problems head on. We take full accountability for our actions. We actually doing the work over here. Okay. We're doing the shadow work. We are elevating ourselves. We are healing ourselves. And that is how you really turn into that goat. Okay. The sea goat, not the scapegoat. All right. So continue to do your work, continue to pour into yourself, and you are most definitely highly favored in the divine's eye, highly favored and highly recognized in the spiritual realm when it comes to the work that you're doing. Your light is shining brighter than ever. And that's initially how the spirit realm and ancestors and spirit guides see you. They see you as this light in the spiritual realm. Okay. And the more work that you do, the more you cleanse your aura, the more your heart is illuminated and your mind is illuminated in your body, the more your light shines brighter. And that amplifies this connection that you have with yourself and with the divine at this time. Okay. Like I said, golden and chosen. That's how you turn into that golden energy, that golden ray of light, that golden egg, that cosmic egg, right? You are who you think you are. You are that golden child, right? From the black sheep to the golden child. And it's due to the work that you poured into yourself. It's due to the healing and the love and the, everything that it takes when you are a chosen one to be on this road. The light worker, the star seed, the 144, the 9 ether. We have many names for ourselves, but it's all the same energy. Just continue to do the work, and the work will speak for itself. The energy will speak for itself, and that's what we about over here. Okay. This also goes into a huge cycle that is being cleansed with that Saturn energy, right? Because Saturn makes a full transit every 29 years. You know that Saturn return don't play with nobody. And Saturn is in Pisces and it is transferring into Aries, right? That's why I keep bringing up Aries as well. This emphasis on Aries and being mindful with your intentions. That way you're able to elevate and break out of these cycles because you're paying attention to the cycles, the patterns, the loops, right? The cords, cutting those cords, cutting these ties to hop onto a higher timeline at this time, because there's a lot of things that are trying to distract us from our abundance, but we are quantum leaping into a higher realm. We already in that higher timeline, and there's little things that try to pull on us, weigh us down, but we have to continue to cut those strings, right? Because there's webs that try to hold us down and keep us trapped, but we are breaking free, right? But the more you create your own web and you go into your own cocoon and you acknowledge these transformations that are happening from within, the more you are able to align with your highest path and your highest destiny. And you are seeing certain reflections and certain things from the past 3 years that you have broken free of. We're in this transitional state into creating this whole new pattern for ourselves, right? So there's a huge 7-year cycle that a lot of us are closing out, right? Due to this old pattern that we're breaking. And we're in the midst of a 3-year cycle that is closing, but it's also opening up a new 3-year cycle. So we're in the middle of a 7-year cycle. And as we're in the middle of that, there's a whole nother cycle that we're beginning due to those past old cycles that we're closing. So it's like 3 timelines that we're in the midst of right now with 33 minutes on the clock, right? We're in the midst of a huge portal. Okay. And it's multi-dimensional, it's multi-level, but it's really this the past 3 years, closing that and looking forward to the next 3 years, and also a huge 7-year cycle that is closing as we open up a new 7-year cycle. And we're in the midst of this, portal energy right now, that a lot of us are feeling, right? It can't be two things at once. We're really getting settled into this uncomfortable energy that a lot of us have been feeling, and we're just embracing that with ease and grace at this time. Okay. So continue to get comfortable in your own skin. Continue to be comfortable with who you are, no matter what that looks like. As you are transforming, you're in a metamorphosis right now, and embrace every stage that you go through at this time. Okay. All right. So pay attention. You are having a major shift in your energy. Everything around you is changing. Nothing will be the same after this winter, including you. Okay, as the sun is starting to come out. I love that. rebirth of you. This chapter is the most important because it sets the tone for the year. It sets the tone for this next cycle, these next, eons, the next generation, the next lineage. This is a big, big quantum leap that we're initiating with ourselves from here on out. Okay. And being uncomfortable dictates structure. And how you operate in those times creates your character, creates the structure of your character. Okay. So how do you want to be seen? How do you want to be seen? How do you want to be viewed? Right. And it's not a sense of external validation. It's a sense of who am I and what are my values and what do I want to be known for? Not a sense of stroking the ego, not an egotistical point of view. I want to be viewed for what I bring to the table in my spiritual essence, right? Not for what I can do for someone in the physical, right? That's a plus, but it's really how am I enlightening you on the inside, right? How am I opening up your heart? How am I opening up your mind? How am I making you think? How am I helping you remember to heal yourself, helping you to remember to activate yourself, helping you to remember to do the work, to elevate. Those are things that I want to be viewed for, known for, etc., etc. It's a whole lot of other things, but that's what this energy is really about. How do you want to be viewed? How do people see you? All right, when it comes to career, when it comes to who you are, when it comes to your character. Okay. Deep introspective time as we go into this hibernation energy. Okay. And then I said melanation for manifestation. Okay. And I don't know why, but Spirit gave me that, but it's really about carbon. It's really about releasing. It's really about being in that darkness. It's really about being in that meditation and letting that serotonin, letting those, chemicals released from the brain to help stimulate you at this time, to help you grow, to help you elevate, and purging and releasing whatever needs to be purged and released, going within to ascend so you can activate this light body, activate your Merkaba, activate your heart, activate these higher chakras, activate that Kundalini at this time. That all stems from within, and that all stems from doing the internal work and releasing what no longer serves you and surrendering to those changes, surrendering to the flow of the abundance of the divine. That way you can open up to this higher timeline. Okay. And I said, we are in marination for the tenderism, right? We are marinating. Shout out to the Soul Tribe. Yeah, we had this talk while we was on live, the last live that I did, but it's all about marinating right now. We are being marinated so we can be tender, so we can be good for ourselves, so we can be, it can fall off the bone, right? It's so good. It's so tender. I don't got to say how good it is because you can see the work that was put into it. You can see the work that you've been putting into yourself. Others can see the work. Others can see the glow. I don't have to say I'm tapped in. I don't have to say I am of the light. I don't have to say I got good energy. You can see it. You can feel it. Energy speaks for itself. Okay. That's why the divine has been marinating a lot of us so we can be tender. That tenderism, right? Young tenderoni. All right. So yes, it's all of these good things that come from discipline, comes from self-work, comes from sacrifice. It's just about how you view it at this time. And we're going to be feeling this over the course of this winter season. And it kicks off in that Capricorn season. Okay. So I said, taking time with yourself while you're in this cocoon. This is the last metamorphosis. Okay. So like I said, this is the ending of an old chapter, and we are beginning to close this chapter out, close this cycle out, cut off them cords, cut off those ties, cut off those weights so we can continue to ascend at this time. But how do you do that? You have to go within. You have to look at yourself. You have to look in that mirror and view yourself. So that way you're able to walk through that portal without these illusions, these delusions, these distractions that try to play with your mind. Okay. You really want to be aligned with yourself and get in tune with yourself and your true self value. That way you're able to ascend, not out of spite, because this is what I want to do. This is centered in my heart. This is something my spirit agrees with. This is something my spirit's been calling me to do. And I'm going to continue to elevate and grow because this is my destiny. This is my purpose. And this cannot be, it's part of my soul contract, right? This is part of my mission. It's part of my journey. And I'm going to get there in due time. I'm going to get there in divine alignment and on divine timing. All right. So yes, I'm going to tap into the astrology chart. I didn't write notes down. Spirit really wanted me to do this on the fly, right? Really wanted me to look at it live. So that's what I'm going to do. And we're going to see what things come up, what things pop up. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And hit the notification bell. If there's anything you would like, you can check out the description box below. All right. So yes. Wow. We have the sun in Capricorn. We have Mars in Capricorn, and we have the moon in Capricorn. So this is all about getting in tune with yourself, right? And balancing out your higher mind and your lower mind, and being initiated into this new spiritual realm, being initiated with this self-discipline of the mind, the body, the soul, the heart. Okay. So that way you can truly tap into your greatness, right? What did you have to sacrifice to get here? And knowing that those sacrifices were worth it, right? Was it worth it to get to where you're at now? Absolutely. Absolutely. I wouldn't change a thing on my journey because it got me here today. All right. Also focusing on your emotions and the structure of your emotions, and how disciplined you are in things that you are passionate about. Okay, so being mindful of your passion, because sometimes passion can come off as aggressive or it can come off as anger. So using emotional intelligence is going to be a key thing, and not being immature, right? How have you grown, and how much have you matured during this time, and focusing on that mental clarity, right, for yourself. Okay. Wow. And this is going to be a huge expansion when it comes to that, because Jupiter is exactly opposite of this energy right now. So this is all about how are you expanding with yourself? How are you expanding with your roots to grow, right? And I'm going to show you guys the chart because I forgot to show y'all. Okay. I hope y'all can see that. All right. But yep, we got the sun in Capricorn, and directly opposite of that is Jupiter. So yeah, this is all about getting in tune with yourself, getting in tune with your roots, a huge expansion in your intuition, a huge expansion in your gifts at this time, especially with this whole 3-eye Atlas energy here and a whole bunch of other comments and extraterrestrial things, and as above, so below, right? There's going to be a lot of things happening within the waters that are revealed to us, and a lot of things that are happening within the skies. New stars are rising, and that is with us too. Okay, so it's not just outside of us. It's not just outside when we look up. It's not just things within the earth or within the water that are rising. We are those new stars that are rising, right? I said the underdogs will rise, okay, from the underworld. All right, because we deep dive in the underworld. This is our realm, right? I dwell in these type of energies, right? And I ain't afraid of nothing. I ain't afraid of my shadow because I'm nocturnal. I had to go within the dark to become the light so I could see myself. And now I am a guiding light for others. We are those lighthouses. Okay. So that's what this energy is about. It's about this huge expansion with yourself for self growth. And that way you can receive the rewards that the divine has in store for you, that your ancestors have in store for you. There is an ancestral inheritance that is coming in for a lot of us, a lot of great remembrance, past life remembrance, dreams being activated, a sense of lucid dreaming, controlling your dreams, vivid dreams, And also, not just in the spiritual realm, when we sleep, also in the physical realm, there will be a lot of dreams coming true because we know how to manifest those things because we are alchemists. We actually put in the work, we actually put in the action with our thoughts to manifest those dreams and make them a reality at this time. This will be a great time of physical manifestation of higher timelines as we're collapsing timelines at this time. Okay. A multi-dimensional timeline collapse. Wow. And I got that because Saturn is in Pisces, and it's like I'm getting like a T square. It's like this T square in the chart with this energy. So all of that friction, all of that pressure, all of these tests, all of these traumas, all of these old memories resurfacing have been testing you to make you stronger, to make you greater, to see if you're ready for this next level that you've been trying to climb up to, right? With that goat energy, the mountain goat. Are you really ready for the next level, to be put in that spotlight, to be on top of the mountain? Well, we got to test you on your way up to see how strong you are. Yeah, it may be rain, sleet, snow, rocks falling, things, coming down upon you. But if you are a goat, you will get up. Sometimes you fall down, but you get back up and you will rise. You will continue to rise. You continue to go with the flow. You continue to elevate because this is part of your destiny. Right. That's all part of that marination. Right. You've been You've been marinating in that darkness to elevate so you could shine your light when the time is right. Woo! So you could shine your light when the time is right and the sun is coming out. Come on, y'all. All right. So yeah, because we have Saturn, Neptune in the North Node in Pisces. So this is all about following your spiritual mission and being in tune with that at this time and not letting certain distraction distract you, because your light will be shining brighter than ever. You will be shining brighter than ever at this time. Do not get discouraged. Those obstacles was just to see how you're going to maneuver over that obstacle. Are you going to go around it? Are you going to hop over it? Are you going to dig under it? There's some type of test that you've been put under, some type of pressure that you've been put under, but it's for you to elevate. It's for you to grow. It's to make you a diamond so you can shine brighter at this time. Okay. Wow. I love that. Okay. Yes. And we also have Pluto in Aquarius that will be there for the next 20 years. So this is all about connecting with community, also shedding old layers of yourself, shedding old programs within the mind, technology, releasing those things so that way you can continue to elevate to this higher timeline that is destined for you. Okay. This will be a generational thing. We're seeing a generations change with technology. There will be a great technological shift that we're already seeing happen with the AI, with the bots, with the trolls. Just be mindful of the NPCs. Be mindful of these lower level of intelligence that try to play on your higher level of intelligence, right? It's artificial intelligence versus ancestral intelligence versus ancient intelligence. Okay. All right. And also getting in tune with your true values at this time. That's really going to help you expand into this higher timeline. Not letting outside things dictate who you are. Not letting outside things manipulate who you are. Be sure to check the ego. That way you're not wanting to do things for external gratification. Do what's centered in your heart and don't get tricked or deceived by the tricks of the mind, right? The matrix, mind tricks, okay? Material tricks, right? Because some things may look a certain way, but internally some people are suffering for the things they had to do to get some of those things. This isn't everyone, but this is for a few. You never know what somebody's going through or what someone had to do to get to those things. I'm seeing a high heal, right? And some people are healing on a higher level. Some people are going up to a higher level. Right. I'm also seeing a flag. Here we go. We tap into the channel messages now. I'm seeing a victory for people who've been healing themselves. Okay. This is a new spiritual growth, a new spiritual elevation for a lot of us because we learned the lesson and we broke through those loops. And I'm picking up on Sagittarius energy, and we have Mercury. We have Mercury, Venus, and Lilith that just entered into Sagittarius. So there will be a lot of hidden things and hidden powers and hidden values and hidden communication that is being poured into us at this time. So we can tap into who we are truly, what we are truly, that fire and that ash, that phoenix rising from those ashes to fly free, to be born again, this regenerative energy that is being restored within all of us at this time. And we will continue to purge, to release things that no longer serve us, release things that no longer resonate with us anymore. Okay. Can you hear me now? Okay. Thank you, Spirit. So yeah, continuing to tap into your true values and breaking through these past illusions. Okay. There's a lot of illusions that we are breaking through, a lot of subconscious things, a lot of shadow things. But this is where we face those things. This is where we face that. Thank you, Spirit, because I had a vision yesterday. All right, I'm about to tap into the channel messages, y'all. I had a vision yesterday. That's all part of the detox. Okay, this is what happens. But I had a vision yesterday that I could see a portal. I could see a full body door portal, and it reminded me of a full body mirror. Okay, but with this portal, it was a water portal, and this is a collective message. As I walked up to the portal, I could see my hand, and I put my left hand up to the portal, and I could see my reflection. And I wanted to walk through it, but I went through it. Spirit pushed me back out. And it was like, no, this isn't a portal that you walk through. This is a portal that goes through you. And I was like, wow. And then the portal went through me, right? And then I entered into the energy. Right. Then I had this rebirth. Then I could see myself in this egg, in this circle. Right. So a lot of us had to reflect on ourselves and sit with ourselves and break through certain illusions of ourselves to get in tune with this new transformation as we walk through this portal of cleansing. Right. Because the portal is like water, and it's like a waterfall. Is cleansing us, is purging us, and there's a lot of things that are going to fall into our lap. Right. I'm getting like a cup overflowing, right? That overflow of abundance that's going to be pouring in due to us cleansing and purging ourselves, right? You can't just receive the reward if you ain't done the work, because you'll get the money and you'll blow it on stuff that don't even matter because you don't know your true self value. You don't know true self discipline, right? You give someone money, it's only going to amplify who they are. It's going to amplify their intentions. So this is why Spirit has us doing a lot of work, a lot of inner work, a lot of detox, a lot of discipline, a lot of accountability, a lot of reflecting, a lot of healing. So when we receive these gifts, we aren't abusing our power. When we receive these rewards, we know how to be in gratitude. We know how to be thankful instead of just getting things and running off, right? You don't want to get the bag and run off with the bag. You want to get the bag, sit with the bag, be grateful, appreciate how far you have come, then, spend responsibly. Okay, I'm getting Spirit is going to give us a bag, and we're going to have to be responsible, right? Be responsible with the tools, be responsible with our energy, be responsible with our power at this time, because the divine isn't going to give you something to abuse. That's why a lot of us haven't got certain things yet, because there's certain lessons we haven't learned yet, and we can't just skip certain steps to get there. That's how you fall back. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. So that was my vision. I'm about to tap into some more channel messages. Thank you so much, Spirit. Thank you so much, Divine. Thank you so much, ancestors, beloved beings, and spirit guides, angels, and angels of light that work with us. I'm seeing a huge X. Okay, so releasing things, surrendering things as we get in tune with this divine feminine essence. The divine feminine essence is going in to receive information. Okay. The breast, the chest. I'm getting like a breastplate of armor. So we are divinely protected as we go through these new waves of energy that upgrade us internally within our DNA, within our structure, within our foundation. I'm getting like the mycelium network. Okay. So a lot of us are releasing things that have been shown to us during this past year. Okay. There's something that was brought up to you, revealed to you, that you are now aware of, that we are now releasing because we went within. That is the reward, the acknowledgement of those certain things, not denying them. Those are people who are on a lower level. They can't see themselves. Okay. And on this higher level where you get your wings to fly, the butterfly, the phoenix, the angels, the earth angels, you see yourself, and truth is truth. You operate from justice. That is the victory. That is the win, right? The two V's, the W, the win. Okay. There will be a double up of abundance. There will be an overwhelming sense of abundance for a lot of you who've been doing the work and pouring into yourselves to receive the work, to receive the work. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah. We're going to be receiving more abundance than ever because we've been doing the work to receive the work. Yeah. Thank you. It's also going to be this like illumination. I'm seeing like a eye. I'm seeing like, okay, it's like the galaxy, it's the solar system. Okay, give me a second. There will be an enlightenment within the solar system. So this new light, I'm kind of getting like a supernova. Thank you, Spirit. I heard it loud and clear. Stars exploding, could be that Betelgeuse. We might see some things happen with new stars getting exposure, new stars exploding at this time. Okay. Do not worry. We will be getting more clear confirmation, more clear communication at this time. And don't forget to breathe and take it easy. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Whoo. Yeah, I'm getting the chills. Yeah, Spirit wants us to relax and receive. It will come to us. It will come to us very easily. We will feel the change. A lot of you can hear the change, feel the change, see the change because you are the change. Okay. A lot of ascension symptoms. Whoa. A lot of ascension symptoms coming in right now as my ears are ringing. Heart palpitations, chakra activations, clairs coming online, more gifts expanding. Whatever gifts you have, those things will be expanded on. Also, what was that, Spirit? I almost got like this split, like, because what it was, I could see myself and then Spirit like split me out. Oh, outer body experiences. A lot of us will be having outer body experiences, or feeling like we're having outer body experiences is due to the timeline shift, is due to the time shift, is due to the spiritual realm. We are now entering in the spiritual realm where we thrive the most. Okay. Woo. Come on. Come on, Spirit. Whew. All right. This is our realm. Thank you. This is where we thrive, where we come alive. We come alive in the nighttime. Ooh. Yes. Thank you. For us to shine. Ooh, we're on the prowl. I see like a Black Panther in the night, and it's like, yeah, like stealth mode. Like, yeah, spirit's taking his time with you. Like you're on stealth mode, waiting to pounce, right? Because you don't want to waste your energy on stuff that don't matter. Right? You want to lock in and be focused. And that way, when it's time to move, when you hear spirit say move, when you feel the gut feeling to move, then it's time to move. Then it's time to attack. Then it's time to receive. Okay. Cause yeah, it's something that's coming to you. Like Yeah, because I keep seeing like this panther is like coming to us. Like it's the divine feminine energy that's coming to us to be received through us. Whoo. Okay. Thank you, Spirit. Spirit said I got a couple more. All right. Thank you. Come on, Spirit. I'm open and really ready to receive. Okay. I'm open. A pure channel of divine light. A lot of us will be highly activated because we're so open to the divine, and you open up to the divine with your heart and your mind and your body and your vessel. You self-sacrifice all the time, and you will be receiving more rewards than ever. Pouring in. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, we made it out of this snake year, shedding so we could rise, that kundalini, rise into our power, rise into that Christ consciousness. We're going to be receiving more gifts than ever. Okay, what is this? Something is appearing here. Wow. I'm seeing like a spring, like a trampoline. So a lot of us are going to be, yeah, quantum leaping. This is where we quantum leap. This is where we leave things behind. It's already been left behind. We already in mid-flight. We in mid-flight. So get ready to receive true love, abundance, and light, bliss. Okay? Just be still, sit back, and get ready to receive. Okay, I'm getting kick off your shoes and relax your feet. And party on down to the escape beat. Just kicking it, just kick it. Because I just seen somebody sit back and cross their legs and put their feet up. Yeah, Spirit saying just sit back, like recline. This the recline. This the recline for the recline. We about to take off, skyrocket. I'm seeing like stocks go up. Like, and we are the stock. We are the cattle, right? So we're going up another level. We're going up to the next level. I'm on a new level. Hey, okay. So that is my winter solstice Capricorn season energy reading. You guys, let me know what you think. I feel like this is going to be some of the most abundant energy. We are already pushing through. We are already transforming. This is that last quarter for the winning game, the victory. And a lot of us can already taste it. We could feel it. We could touch it. We could smell it. It's in us, right? It's in us and it's exuding out of us. And when we come out of this, we're going to be like newborn babies with a whole new perspective, a whole new point of view, and able to receive things pure for their true intentions at this time. Okay, you guys. So that is my reading. I love you guys so much. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if there's anything that you're looking for, whether that's products, you guys can check out my website, nudiamonds.net, nudiamonds.net. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace, wholeness, love, and light. Till next time.